Hi everyone, welcome to your no contact reading. So tonight I'm doing a no contact reading with messages from your person. We're going to look at, messages, what this person wants to say to you, how they view you, do they miss you, and are they coming back? And so we've got three options. The timestamps are in the description box below, as always. And so pause the video if you need more time. This is option number 1, the orange card. Option number 2 is the yellow card. Option number 3 is the pink card. It's going to be a little bit shorter of a reading tonight, or at least that's what I'm aiming for, but I still wanted to get this reading up for you guys. So pause the video if you need more time. Remember to pick with your intuition. You can close your eyes and take a deep breath in through the nose nice and slow, and out through the mouth nice and slow. And when you open your eyes, the first card your eyes go to is usually the right reading for you. If you get 5 or 10 minutes into the reading and feel that it absolutely does not resonate with you, there might still be a message in it for you. That's why you're drawn to the reading. Otherwise, choose another option or another video, okay? Getting started with option number 1. Option 1, we've got your cards pre-shuffled tonight. So, what is the first message from your person? I didn't have faith in you or in myself. So this person says they didn't have faith in you or in themselves. So they lacked faith in this connection. Okay. What are some of the other messages from your person? I have a fear of abandonment. So this person has a fear of abandonment. Could be that fear is the reason why they didn't have faith. Let's see. You're the only one who really knows me at all. So that reminds me of that Phil Collins song. Take a look at me now. How does that go? But anyways, one of the lyrics is, you're the only one who really knows me at all. I know I sang that wonderful. Take a look at me now. It'll come to me. And then the next message is, there's someone else I have to deal with first. So it could be a third-party situation or a friend's family, something else they need to deal with, or rather someone else they have to deal with first. I'm trying to manifest you into my life. This person is trying to manifest you in their life. Okay, they want more of you. They want you in their life, but they do have faith issues, abandonment issues, and someone else to deal with. They feel that you're the only one that knows them at all, and you make them smile. Okay. Maybe it's against all odds. If somebody knows, put that in the comment section for me, please. That Phil Collins song with the lyric, you're the only one who really knows me at all. I think it's against all odds. So this person could feel that, you guys being together and progressing this connection, getting back in contact, that's against all odds. But they want to do it. So from the music oracles, we've got Dolly Parton, and so the attitude here is the higher the heels, the closer to heaven. So if you're feminine, your person might like you to like you to wear high heels, like the way you look in high heels. Conversely, if you hear about a feminine, that maybe that's what you like them to do. But this person does have faith, right? Because faith came out as far as them not having faith in this connection. And now it's like they're trying to adapt more of an attitude of faith, is how I'm taking that, because it's saying the closer to heaven, but kind of in a playful way. The higher the heels, the closer to heaven. And their lifestyle is caution will get you nowhere. So I feel like they're wanting to throw caution to the wind here and deal with whatever they have to deal with, in order to manifest you back in their life. And if they had advice for you, it would be the most precious diamonds are sometimes disguised as rhinestones. Okay, so that they see your value. Even if you don't see your own value, or if others don't see your value, they see your value. The most precious diamonds are sometimes disguised as rhinestones, okay? So, how is your person viewing you? How are they viewing you? We've got the bully card in reverse. So, what that talks about is conceals deep fear behind verbal or physical abuse. So I don't know if this has happened to you, where I'm just getting these cards organized again. I don't know if this has happened to you, or you have gone off on them and like really given them a piece of your mind. Maybe, you guys got into an argument or a fight, and they're, at some point, they feel that you masked your fear behind, harsh words, hopefully not physical abuse, but you had a temper tantrum. I'm getting, this is how they're viewing you. They're kind of viewing you as a bully, or they did view you as a bully in the past, and that's why they didn't have enough faith in you. So, yeah. If that doesn't resonate, don't take it. Choose another option, but this is what I'm getting. This is what the card is saying. So, on a good day with the light attributes of this card, it says, you it talks about highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. So I feel like you are a tough individual and you stand up for yourself, and it's fine if you're being assertive, but it's when you get aggressive that this person has a problem, okay? Could even be talking about this other person that they're dealing with. So take what resonates. If you absolutely know you've never lost your temper or given this person any reason to view you as somebody who hides their fears behind like a bullying persona, then they could be talking about someone else. Because ultimately, regardless, you make this person smile, so it can't be all that bad if the bully card is applying to you, okay? So how does this person feel about you? We've got the Six of Staffs. So this person feels like you could be their true love with the Six of Staffs. Six of Staffs is talking about victory, success, accomplishment, being supported. Maybe they see you being supported. Maybe you had a major accomplishment, in some area of your life, and they see that the people around you really look up to you and admire you, and they view you as a winner, and they feel like they could be a winner with you, like they want to be a part of your success, and they want to be a part of your joy and your moment in the sun and your day of recognition, and they want to be a part of that, and they feel like, your connection could be very triumphant, and so it's very positive how they feel towards you, like that. With you, they can experience happiness and cooperation and love in the relationship. And that it could be, they're encouraged that perhaps you really are their true love. So that's very positive. Very positive feelings for you overall. And do they miss you? Yes, they do miss you. We've got the High Priestess. So she's a number 2. 2 could be significant to someone, be a life path in numerology or anything like that. But it talks about a spiritual connection. You guys could communicate telepathically. That's what that card always sort of means for me. Also, I am viewing that as that they do miss you. They think about you a lot. They're in their thoughts about you a lot. They feel you intuitively. They view you as somebody who is in your feminine power. Regardless of gender, we all have feminine and masculine traits. They could view you as somebody that's very imaginative. Perhaps you're very spiritual, introverted, into your inner life, knowledgeable. Maybe you like to read. You have a fertile mind. You're like a wise woman or a wise man, okay? Maybe they see you in their dreams sometimes. They dream about you. And so those dreams trigger their feelings of missing you. And when they feel you intuitively, this reminds them of what they've lost and what they're missing. And they could see, you in a newer light than they did before, where they're being able to see some of your hidden talents as well as some of your shadow sides. But they're seeing it in more objectively, I'm getting, so it's not a negative thing. I feel like maybe they feel that you have gone through some major changes since you guys have been no contact, some inner changes, and that you're like on the verge of really manifesting something great in your life and being successful. Like you're making inner changes that are going to be reflected in your outer life in a very positive way, and they don't want to miss that. So I feel like, they do miss you. I think they feel like you guys have some sort of a higher connection. Maybe you are in contact, more than likely you are in contact in the 5D and on the astral plane. And your connection may have been very romantic, if not well grounded in reality. It could have gotten, a little bit idealistic at times. Maybe not the most well grounded in reality, but definitely very romantic. And and that's what they miss. And are they coming back? 2 cards wanted to come out for that one. I feel like, they are coming back with the 2 of Cups in the upright. And we got the 6 of Wands, this time in the reverse. So I feel like they don't want you to have this success without them. With the Two of Cups talks about mutual affection, mutual love, going out on dates. It's the early stages, like the honeymoon phase in a relationship. Could even talk about a literal honeymoon if you know that you guys are like on that path, and if you've had a more evolved relationship in the past. But it definitely talks about coming into partnership, cooperating with one another, having things go smoothly, and so they are coming back to have this with you, start again, maybe going on dates where you're going to be entering this like early stages of the romance period where it's like a honeymoon, and you guys are going to have some high hopes. I feel like your person has high hopes that you guys are going to experience a very inspirational and good time, like just a very positive time together, and have a happy relationship that can develop smoothly. And this is because your person feels that you understand each other's needs and you bring out the best in one another, and you already have what it takes, to come into balance, to have harmony, to have mutual respect between the two of you. And if it wasn't like that before, I feel like it is like that, and more so now, because this person's seeing you in the Six of Wands energy, where they see you as a victorious person, who receives a lot of recognition, who is satisfied in your growth and in your accomplishments, and that you're the type that has, marshaled and like gathered your energies to overcome your struggles in your life. Maybe you were going through a lot of struggles at the time that you guys were talking or involved, and so you've overcome a lot of those, and that's really impressed this person. They feel like you're coming out on top in things, perhaps even coming out on top with regard to any conflict the two of you have had, and it's like they don't even begrudge you for that. It's like they admire you for that. And so whatever, if you had an illness or a setback, they view you as coming out of that, and they view you as just, a happy person, a loving person, someone who's willing to work on something that they really believe in and work on a partnership, and that you're someone that can offer them, encouragement. And they want to encourage you as well, since it's a mutual thing here with that Two of Cups. So since it's in reverse, it's saying, that they recognize that you guys still have a lot of work to do before you can enjoy this success and this happiness together, before there can be two of you riding high on that horse, well, this horse. But and they're still, it's not going to be perfect. There's still going to be bumps in the roads. You guys both may feel frustrated, but that your person feels fairly confident that you guys can fight for what you want, and that you should win if you do. And so I feel like, your person has reassessed their goals, and if in the past, they felt like you weren't a part of their future, I feel like they've had a change of heart or a change of mind on that. And so yeah, even though you guys have some issues still to work out before harmony can reign, I feel like they feel like it will happen in time. Okay, like it could be still a bit of time, but it could happen in time. Like it's worth waiting for, is what I'm getting. Okay. So those were the questions. So I told you this is going to be a shorter reading. Oh, I've got one more card. For overall clarity and guidance from the Love Oracle, we got healthy choices, making healthy choices in love and in life, self-love, self-care, being happier. So I think your person is viewing you as making healthier choices. If you were ever codependent on this person, or if you were going through an illness or a setback when they knew you, they really see you as victorious now. And it could be, as simple as you're now just, you're eating better, or you're putting yourself first. You're showing, you're taking more of an interest in yourself, in your appearance perhaps, or just in the choices that you make in your life and who you allow to be in your life. Could be that you stood up to this person, maybe a little too harshly, for some of you, take it if it resonates, but you stood up to them, and that's earned their respect. So they just view you as being happier. And this is because of the healthy choices that you've made, so they encourage you to keep making those healthier choices. Yeah, you could they could have mistaken you for a rhinestone, and they found out that you're a diamond now, right? Because they've seen what you're capable of. And, maybe they weren't allowing themselves to see that in the past, but they're seeing it now. And if I feel like it's not personal if they didn't allow themselves to see it in the past, I feel like it was because of their fears, or fears of abandonment, that they saw you as a diamond. They convinced themselves that you weren't real, so that they wouldn't have to feel bad about the fact that they were scared of you and what you represented, and the potential loss that you could represent if they were to love you and then you were to leave them. So that's what I'm getting, this lack of faith in you and in this connection. But I feel that's turning around, and this person's coming back, and they do miss you. Okay, option one. So if you liked the video, if you liked it, please hit the like button and let me know in the comment section down below if you liked it, and hit the bell notification if you want to be notified when I upload a new video. And if you'd like personal reading, my contact information is down below. Just, go ahead, read the instructions, visit my website and all of that, and then, email me to, and all that. So anyway, moving on to option 2. Thanks for watching. Welcome option 2. Thanks for tuning in. So I've got your cards here pre-shuffled. Haven't looked at them, but pre-shuffled them today. And your first message is, you don't know how bothered I really am. So you're in no contact with this person, but they are bothered by it. And maybe they act like they are not bothered by it, but they really are. Okay, and they want you to know that. Get some of these cards sorted here. So your next message from your person is, you have so much more going for you than you realize. So maybe you've come across as insecure to this person, or a little insecure. They want you to know that you have a lot going for you. I'm hearing, you got so much going for you, like with a lot of emphasis. They want you to know that you have so much more going for you than you realize. And this is why they're bothered by being in no contact with you, because they view you as special. This is a positive start to this option 2. I want to give you, I want to give you all the compassion and love you've given me. So, maybe this person didn't reciprocate as much in the past, and perhaps that's what led to your no contact, but now they're saying, they want to give to you as much as you've given to them. They want to give you the compassion and the love that you've given to them. I see myself in you, both the good and the bad. So yeah, this person feels, connected with you. You feel familiar to them. It could be that this is a soulmate connection, most likely, it is. And that's why this person sees themselves in you, like you mirror each other. They see themselves in you, both the good and the bad. Please keep taking good care of yourself. So yeah, you are taking good care of yourself, evidently. Good work. They've noticed. So keep it up. They want you to keep taking good care of yourself. And I wonder if it's because, again, I'm getting this feeling that they feel that you might not be the most secure person in the world, so they just want you to be more secure. You've got so much more going for you than you realize. Please keep taking good care of yourself. And I got my karma bad for how I treated you. So, maybe you were insecure, and as such you didn't know your value and left yourself open to being taken advantage of. This person says that they got their karma bad for how they treated you. Even if you aren't resonating with being insecure, they did something that they feel bad about, and they want you to know that they got their karma for that. They want you to know that. Could have been because, they were operating from seeing the bad in you, the things about you that reminds them of the things that they don't like about in themselves. Could have been something that was triggering for your person and had them acting out. And so we got the Maria Callas card from the Music Oracles, opera singer, and very beautiful. I don't know if any of you might resemble her at all, but the attitude here is, compromise is the enemy of perfection. Okay, so maybe you're very much a perfectionist type person. Perfectionism stems from a deep-seated fear that you're not good enough, so you're always trying to overcompensate for that by being a perfectionist. So it could be, this is what the person's talking about in terms of trying to let you know that, you are valuable just the way you are. And in terms of lifestyle, this says, befriend your inner serpent. Okay, so I feel like you did trigger this person to have to befriend their shadow side, their inner serpent, the ego, right? Yeah, in metaphysical circles, the ego is represented by the serpent sometimes, and we saw that this person saw the bad in you, and like I just said, I feel like that might have triggered them. I think it did. I feel like they're learning this time apart to befriend their inner serpent. Befriend that part of them that they don't like about themselves, that they see in you, that they rejected you for, or distance themselves from you for. Okay. And their advice or their words of inspiration is, you cannot survive on sensation alone. Okay. So I don't know if I feel like you guys do have a very sensual connection, but your person wants you to know that you guys still need to focus on like the material world. You need to focus on your career, your money, your life purpose, because as much as you might enjoy one another, you can't survive on that alone. Okay, so maybe this person distant you in part, to accomplish their goals and to give you space to accomplish your goals apart from this relationship. So how does your person view you? We got the child orphan card. So this is all about independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering fear of surviving. Okay, so this is what your person feels that you're doing. You are learning how to be independent. You're learning how to survive. I'm getting, that coupled with the advice from them, you cannot survive on sensation alone, is that, just kind of back to what they're doing. They're wanting you guys to focus on your individual goals, and this is because, I feel like it's your sole purpose to learn to be independent, to conquer your fear of surviving. I feel like, on a bad day, you might feel that this person has abandoned you, and that kind of like holds you back from growing and moving forward in your life. But, and maybe, some of you have sought, it says here in the reverse, seeking inappropriate surrogate families. So you might like to overcome your feelings of abandonment, seek, people, friends, or surrogate families, like fake families, in order to make you feel better and not alone. But I'm not really getting that very strongly. I'm getting more so that, some of you might feel like this person has abandoned you, but it's really just about you guys' soul contract. I get it's like a soul contract that you learn to go it alone. So if you were soulmates in a past life, I'm getting that maybe you were dependent on this person and that stifled them from getting the status in life that they wanted, and it also stifled you from learning to be independent. In this life, even though you still have this strong soul connection, I feel like you are learning to be independent. You're conquering your fear of survival, and they're doing their thing and going after what they need to go after. So, let's see. So do they miss you? Yeah, they definitely miss you, and they're watching you from a distance. We've got the Page of Swords and the beautiful Sun card. Sun card's the most positive card in the deck. So maybe this is the way it is. They're seeing you living your best life. Like I said, they say that you've got so much more going for you than you realize. And they are really bothered by the fact that they have to watch you from a distance while you're doing this. Because, the Sun card's very warm energy. And to them, as far as they're concerned, they see you living your best life, like it's your day in the sun, you're having a good time, you're in your childlike energy. So they do view you as somewhat of a child, like on the inside, with this sort of like youthful sort of energy, this sort of innocence and playfulness to you. And that's again depicted here with this baby riding the horse. That's supposed to show, the freedom that they feel, or the freedom that you feel, the freedom that that baby feels, and you're having a good time. They view as seeking pleasure, whether that's through friendships, or like doing the things that you enjoy doing, expressing yourself with clarity and vitality, being happy, living each day, having a good time. And so they could view you as a very inspirational, creative person. And it's not like you're just all fun and no work either. This is also talking about being productive, but being productive by being in the flow or being in the vortex, as Abraham Hicks would say. Maybe some of you are doing that. You're really in tune with your life purpose, I feel, and you've glowed up, I feel. So I feel like your person views you as having your day in the sun, and they do miss you, and miss the fact that they can't be a part of that, because they feel like someone like you, they could have a happy, pleasurable relationship with, that would not only be exciting and fun, but also very comfortable, and that you could really inspire each other and enjoy being together, and it'd be a relationship based in friendship. And so I feel like they are looking to you for this bright and beautiful romance that they could have. And again, with that Page of Swords talking about watching you from a distance, I mean, that is page energy, so pages are, younger energy too. So I feel like, the kid in them recognizes the kid in you, right? And so this is how you're seeing he's or she is seeing you. They might be studying you, trying to learn about you. They want to send you a message. They're curious about you. Um, and they might be thinking about, branching out. But I feel like more they're focused on their own like intellectual pursuits and things. They might be at a point where they're studying something new and they're just testing themselves. They're embracing their challenges, while you guys are no contact. And some of them could be beginning a new career, or getting more spiritual, like a spiritual quest. And I feel like it makes them feel anxious, because they're over here, doing what they need to do, but you're over here being, lovely and happy. And I feel like that tempts them and makes them want to be a part of you and a part of your life. And so I feel like this person needs to learn to trust themselves. But right now, they just don't trust that you guys can accomplish your individual goals. If you guys were to be together at this time, like that would hinder your individual growth, your individual goals. But they are keeping an eye on you. And if they're being immature or detached, it's for the reasons I've already stated, to give you the space to live your life so that they can achieve their path. I feel like you're probably having a lot more fun than they are, and regardless of how it looks. And I think they idealize you, look up to you, put you on a pedestal, but they're not ready to commit. Obviously, because you guys are in no contact. So it's because they have other things to do first. I guess I can leave these up here. I want to see how they feel about you. How do they feel about you? The Hanged Man. So that kind of makes sense, right? You guys are in stagnation with that Hanged Man energy. And like I said, they could be getting more spiritual. I don't know when you knew them how spiritual of a person they were. It's obviously they got their karma bad for how they treated you, and they want to give you back the love and compassion that you've given them. So that says to me that maybe they were in their ego. And I feel like with the Hangman, coming out, it's saying that they're trying to get out of their ego, like they're in a time of really getting in touch with their inner self and figuring out what it is that they really want. So even though this is a stagnation period of no contact between the two of you, your person is focusing on their goals, and doing the things they need to do. And part of that is learning to let go, learning to surrender. Maybe this person was a control freak when you were with them, or is a control freak. They're trying to see things from a different perspective and make the necessary sacrifices, So I feel that you guys can be together. And I think that, whatever they're doing in their life now, they are considering letting those old patterns and people and things go and taking a new direction. And I feel like, letting go is essential to this person's life path and what they're here to do. There is some sacrifice of superficial pleasures that they need to do in order to have a more spiritual way of life. And I feel like a more spiritual way of life will include you. And so I feel like, your person could be going through a transformation, like leaving their old ways behind and becoming less in their ego, less materialistic, and less fixated in the 3D and the 3D reality, and instead like tuning into their inner voice and tuning into spirit and their higher power more, looking at the very least looking at things from a different perspective, like turning that picture upside down to try to see things from a new perspective, because I feel like in the past and with you, they may have been very fixated on the way they saw things. And so perhaps that is why maybe they didn't get to see your value as much as they could have. And now they do see your value more. It's because they're looking at things through fresh eyes, a fresh perspective. They've taken the time to do that during this no contact period. So it was like necessary. And there is a need, like if this connection is to have any chance, this person does need to let go of their ego, and at least with regards to you, in order to have a connection with you that works for both of you. Because I feel like there's being in their ego is likely what, has caused you guys to go no contact in the first place. And I'm looking at this card again, talking about their attitude. For some of you, you're the perfectionist, but I feel like, that's something that you guys have in common. I feel like, this person is also a perfectionist and could have had like unrealistic ideas or expectations about love that, hindered this connection as well. And so, but yeah, they are getting in touch with their dark side and trying to overcome it, like make friends with it so that they can surpass it. And so I feel like, yeah, since they left the relationship or you left the relationship, whatever the case, the reason for this no contact is that this person needed time to think things through, see things through a different perspective. And it could have been that at that point of no contact, this connection no longer held meaning for you, or no longer held meaning for your person. Sorry, I'm talking really fast, but that's how I channel the information's coming through me really fast, and I have to say it before I forget it. So yeah, one of you guys could have felt like there was not enough meaning in the connection at the time that you went no contact, and I feel like if it was your person, it was because they were being, viewing you through, worldly, egoic, materialistic eyes. Okay, but I see that changing. And if you felt that there was no meaning and you walked away, it was because this person, well, they weren't treating you the way that you deserve to be treated, right? They were having unrealistic expectations, or they were just taking from you and not reciprocating your compassion and love. But they are really, they've really received their karma bad for how they treated you. So, will they be coming back? Unfortunately, I don't feel your person is going to be coming back anytime soon with the Page of Cups in reverse. That is water sign energy, and it talks about in the upright receiving a message of love or an offering of love. And with it being in reverse, I feel that that message is delayed. Again, I'm getting it's because there's something else that they have to do first. They're letting you do your thing and you're letting them do their thing. It's like, again, this unfortunate, and I empathize with you, okay? I do empathize with you. Even if it's meant to be this time of no contact for you guys to accomplish your goals separately, I feel like it is unfortunate that you guys do have such a connection, and yet it has to be delayed as long as it's been, because I feel like it's been delayed for a long time. And I feel like your person is just not ready. I mean, if they were to come back now, contact you now, this connection would likely not be something that you could really trust to invest in, because you guys aren't ready. And I feel like there'd just be a repeat of a pattern of betrayal or heartbreak, again, in this connection here. And so it could be that, your person wonders if, I feel like they got their karma so bad for how they treated you, and I don't know, I'm not seeing what they did exactly, but that I feel that they wonder if your faith in them is mistaken, and they also wonder if they're fantasizing that this romantic connection with you is something more serious than it actually is. And so this is something that they're taking the time to figure out as they watch you living your best life, or at least they think that you are. They wonder if you perhaps have mistaken this for something more than it is, or if they have. And so they're still confused, and I feel like they fear, rejection, and there's something about them, some sort of wounded child energy in them as well. Again, I see myself and you, both the good and the bad. I feel like perhaps you both have this feeling of abandonment from your childhood, or something else that's left you somewhat wounded, where you weren't allowed to express yourself in your childhood, or at least, not express yourself creatively, particularly with masculines. If they're very sensitive or creative, and our culture really shuts that down quick. And so maybe your person, if they're masculine, feels insecure and afraid to trust, because of they were just have been so hurt in the past. They don't want to put themselves in a vulnerable position again, so they would rather just withdraw into their fantasy world, and feel you and watch you from a distance, instead of putting themselves at risk of being hurt again, because I feel like, again, they've already gotten their karma for how they mistreated you. They certainly don't want to put themselves at risk of mistreating you again, and then having to, endure bad karma again. And so they're not going to do that until and unless they know for sure that this is the real deal and that you're both ready. But for overall clarity and guidance from the Love Oracle, we got kisses, unconditional loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. This person and you guys love each other, and it's an unconditional soul love. And this is what I was feeling too. This person wants to give to you in equal measure. They want to receive your affection. They have fallen in love with you, or they are falling in love with you. And then we've got paradise, happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. And so what they would really want is to be with you in your day in the sun, enjoying yourself, enjoying each other, being playful. They view you as playful. They view you as high vibrational, a joyous person who brings happiness into their life. And I feel like you guys have enjoyed each other in the past, and they want to enjoy, you again in the future. But unfortunately, it's just not the right time right now. So Yeah, and I feel like, if you're bothered by this, they're bothered by it too. But they want you to recognize that you've got so much more going for you than you realize, and please keep taking good care of yourself, because I think that they're telling you that so that you can, accomplish your goals of independence and conquering your fears of surviving and getting over, any sort of self-sabotaging, negative, perfectionistic tendencies within yourself, and so that you can also face your shadow side and just accomplish all the things that you're meant to accomplish. So that the faster you guys achieve what you're meant to achieve independently, the greater the likelihood you guys can finally really be together. And I see that you really both do love each other unconditionally and want to be together. So best wishes. I'm crossing my fingers for you. Option 2. Thanks for tuning in. And if you liked the video, please hit the like button. Let me know in the comment section down below if it resonates with you. And if you'd like a personal reading, my contact information is in the description box. Just follow the instructions there on how to do that. And yeah, follow me on Instagram for more pick-a-card readings, and hit the bell notification to receive notifications when I upload a new video. And I'm moving on to option 3. Thanks for watching. All right, welcome option 3. Thanks for tuning in. So let's look. You're in no contact. What's your person's first message for you? I want to fulfill all your desires. Ooh, your person wants to fulfill all your desires. That's cool. Let's see what else they have to say to you. They're very attracted to you. They want to fulfill all your desires. We've got, I don't want to disrupt the life or lives of my children. Child or children. So they evidently have children that they're responsible for, whether it's their own children, family members' children, or sometimes this can talk about their inner child, like they've gotten to a place of calm within themselves and they don't want to disrupt that. So take it how it resonates. I'm in love with you and it scares me. So this person says they're in love with you and it scares them. Wow. So it's more than just lust here. I'm planning how to approach you. This person is planning how to approach you. Option 3. I think about reaching out to you, but I can't make myself do it. This person thinks about reaching out to you, but they can't make themselves do it. I wish I could take back the things I said that hurt you. So if they ever said anything that hurt you, they wish they could take that back. And I want to surprise you. This person wants to surprise you. So they're definitely thinking about coming back towards you, and that was one of the questions for this reading, right? So we've already got some answers. They're in love with you and it scares them. They're thinking about reaching out but can't make themselves do it. So they're probably just going to surprise themselves and just do it all of a sudden out of the blue. And so we've got share from the music oracles, and the attitude here is nothing becomes a legend more than not giving a damn. So that's interesting. Either this person or you person, either you or your person comes across as not giving a damn. Like, yeah, maybe this is, what turns them on is this kind of attitude that you have, sort of aloof and detached, and like you could really care less right now. And the lifestyle here is bad taste trumps no taste any day. Okay, so I don't know if you consider your person to have bad taste or not. Sometimes we criticize the taste of our love interests, and they're saying they're in defense of that. They're defensive of that. They're saying that it's better than not having any taste at all. And their words of inspiration for you are lovers come and lovers go, but sequins are forever. So, yeah, I don't know. Again, reading for thousands of people, so, take it how it resonates. One part of the reading might resonate, one part might not, but what this is saying is that this sort of detached attitude here, it could be that they're viewing you having this detached attitude, and like you're just focused on, the more superficial things, like the pretty things, the shiny things, like sequins, superficial kind of friendship, fun, and good times. Could have been that this person was in that energy, like detached and aloof with you, and they were just like had this attitude that lovers come and lovers go, and that you weren't that important to them. But we can see clearly, if that's how they behaved, that wasn't true, because they're saying here that that they're in love with you, and they want to fulfill your desires, and they want to approach you. So, oh, we've got 2. Oh no, this is from the Archetype Oracle, or Archetype deck. So how do they view you? They view you as the rebel in reverse. So they view you as someone who rejects legitimate authority out of anger and rebels out of peer pressure or fashion. So I'm getting you, viewer, are like the share character here, because that kind of describes her. You reject legitimate authority out of anger. Maybe you have some anger issues, or you've been angry with this person. They provoked you to anger at some point. That you rebel out of peer pressure or fashion. So you just think it's fashionable to rebel, or you're around people who are rebellious, and so you take on some of those traits, or they do. So take it how it resonates. So let's see. How does this person feel for you? How do they feel for you? Justice. They feel justice towards you. So they feel like, you're good karma for them. You are, you rewards for past achievements and for doing things right in their lives, and like it's their time to see an upswing in their karma. I feel like they could view you as potential marriage material with the justice card, because the justice card talks about anything to do with legalities, paperwork of that sort. Justice is number 11, so 11 could have some significance to you. And that breaks down to 2, so that's like a partnership. So they view as that's Libra energy too. So Libras are all about partnerships. You might be a Libra or have that energy, but I feel like they feel towards you that they could marry you, basically, that they want to rectify anything that they've done wrong here. And yeah, that they said some harsh words to you. Maybe they're the Libra. But whatever the case is, they want to find balance in this connection and make a decision about this connection. And I feel like they're looking within. I think that they probably listen to the advice of others, but they basically listen to their own higher self and their inner guidance to make a decision about things. And I feel like they're deliberating carefully about this connection and taking into account all the factors that affect your connection before making a decision or taking an action. So I do definitely feel like that they feel with you that things could move forward fairly and smoothly and in a calm and cool objective manner, right? So with the justice card, they do want to make something up to you. And I feel like they feel like you're a reward. Like I said, like they're reaping what they've sown, but this is in the upright, so I feel like what they've sown is positive. So regardless of what they might have said to you that hurt you, regardless of any children they're afraid of disrupting, I feel like they feel that you are the reward that they've earned. And so like the cherry on top that they've earned and stuff. So despite anything negative they might have said to you, they now want to go forward and have a balanced and fair connection with you. And yeah, and I feel like they recognize that you guys are going to need to adjust your behavior to make it more equal give and take between the two of you. And that but definitely that it could end up in marriage, like you're a potential marriage partner for them. So, do they miss you? I feel like they didn't miss you, to be honest. I feel like this person does have a detached attitude, and like lovers come, lovers go. It's not that big of a deal or whatever. But I get that they're coming out of this time of not missing you, right? With that 9 being a card of completion, and it's in reverse. So I feel like they thought that they were done with this connection, and they're not done with the connection, and that they actually do miss you. And they are starting to miss you. I don't know if they ran into you, if something reminded them of you, or they just got their karma, and this is what got them thinking again about you. But I feel like they do think about you, and again they've said that they think about you and thinking about how to approach you. And so yeah, while they might act like they don't miss you and that they're detached and they don't give a damn and all of this, I feel like they really do. And I feel like they are coming to a point of wanting this. Yeah, we already see they want to reach out, so they want this time of despair between the two of you to end. And I feel like they are determined now to figure out, what caused them to behave this way. If they behave badly towards you, like, what is the root of the problem here? They want to deal with it, in a fair and just manner. And it could be, if they were stuck feeling sorry for themselves, or feeling like they were the victim, or that they were justified in whatever they said to you. I feel like that's changing, and that they know that they again need to make it up to you, rectify the situation, make necessary repairs so that you guys can move on from this. And it could be some of them got some professional help. It could be with that nine of swords in reverse. And whatever they were giving fear to outside of them that made them feel that they had to act like they don't give a damn, or if it's you that acts like you don't give a damn, I feel like you're coming to terms with those fears, realizing that those fears weren't as much of a threat as you thought that they were, or they are realizing that the fears that they had were not as founded as they thought that they were. So they're examining the relationship deeply, and they're deciding, what to do next. And I feel like they have really considered that maybe being alone or being away from you is preferable to being in an unhappy situation, or to making you unhappy. But I feel like it's what they've decided, or what they understand now, is that they weren't being honest with themselves, and that was part of the problem. Like, that was a huge part of the problem. And now I think they're being more honest with themselves. So, yeah, they've started missing you again, and they are coming back with the Justice card in the upright. Major Arcana energy, 2 Major Arcana cards, saying that the universe and destiny is at play in your connection. They want this new beginning. Ones are indicative of a new beginning, a new start. Your person's trying to manifest you, trying to get you back into their life, using whatever resources they have in order to do that with that Magician card. And it is a card of communication, ruled by Virgo and Gemini. So we see that, they try to reach out to you, but they can't. But I feel like this person is on the verge of doing it. I see a lot of evidence to that effect. So for you, option 3, I feel like your person does miss you, and they are going to come back. I feel like they're the ones most likely to take an action, to actually reach out to you, more so than the other piles, for sure. So, and I feel like they might be using manifestation techniques, law of attraction, magic, to try to call you back in, or they're just communicating with you telepathically, because this is a spiritual connection. So I feel like this person is connected to the unseen, whether they realize it or not, and that they feel you, and that they realize, that everything they have to move this forward, and to fix the situation is right there. They have the power to do that, and they're getting in alignment with the universe on how to do that, and they want to come in and fulfill your desires. They're thinking about how to do it in a way that will surprise you. I feel like they think that if they surprise you, they have a better chance of being successful with you, of getting you to accept them back, or to talk to them. So they're definitely in the planning stages of doing it. And I feel that yeah, you guys do have a strong spiritual connection, and I think you probably already sense that this person is getting ready to communicate with you. And so this is definitely one that's on a spiritual path, and I feel like it's very encouraging and inspirational when you guys are together. And so it looks very positive for you, option 3. Yeah, definitely looks very positive. So let me get one love oracle card for overall clarity and guidance. Cassette, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over and over in your head. So this is what this card is saying. Like, this person was replaying the events, whatever they said to you that they're not proud of. They were replaying that over and over in their head. Once they stopped running from their thoughts, trying to play like nothing bothered them, and that lovers come and go, and they're so cool and they're so detached, and then it caught up with them, and now they're ready to do something about it. They're ready to communicate with you, and they realize that they need to make adjustments. Part of their adjustments is to get rid of their outdated thinking, and their outdated conditioning. And so I feel like if they're seeing you as a rebel, they view you as somebody who's sort of the opposite of them in that way, that you you rebel against your conditioning, or outdated things. Like, you're more of a free spirit, or you're more courageous in some way than they are. And so I feel like that's part of what attracts them to you. And so They are going to be communicating with you, definitely. I feel like they are definitely going to communicate with you. They have had some sort of a realization, a breakthrough, I feel, that has helped them to realize how much they do miss you, and they are coming back. Okay, option 3? So that's what I've got for you. Thanks for tuning in. Again, it's a shorter reading tonight, but I do still hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below if this resonated with you, and if you'd like a personal reading. The details and instructions on how to get that are in the description box. And the description box? Yeah, the description box. Anyways, yeah, comment down below if you'd like to comment. Like the video if you liked it. Please consider subscribing, as it does support the channel and keep it going. And so, yeah, I'll talk to you next time.